to another video. I recently asked you guys what you want to see from me, and so many people asked for what we have for dinner in a week. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna film a week's worth of dinner. Let me just preface that by saying lately I've been going for the easiest of the easiest. So today I'm putting some in the crock pot. I don't use my crock pot that often, but some days call for it, and we have a busy one today. I pulled out a bag of these frozen cod loins I found in my freezer, and I've just been opening them up and sticking them at the bottom of my crock pot. It is about 10 a.m. and I need some kids to have food but that they can pack up for dinner because they're going to a play tonight and practice that they're in. So they need to have dinner like by 2:30, I think. So one of them, it looked like it didn't freeze quite as well, but I'm gonna still use it. My dog sees Katie outside and she's going crazy. Then I'm gonna put in 2 bags of broccoli Normandy. I've done this meal a lot of times with 4 bags, but we haven't eaten this kind of vegetable for a while, so I know my kids okay, I know my kids won't eat it that well if I put 4 bags in there. We've been doing lower on the vegetables, a lot of meat, and I don't need a ton of food right now because a lot of my big kids will not be eating. Some nights I'm only feeding 8 children and 2 adults, which is just 10 people, which seems like a lot less than before because my 3 older kids, definitely my 2 older boys, were big eaters. I'm gonna just throw these bags in and then I'll show you the sauce I make. This is definitely a use up old stuff in the freezer meal. These bags have been in there a while, you can tell because of how much they are frosted. So hopefully this turns out okay. But, oh. So here's what I did for the sauce that I put on top. This big can of crushed tomatoes, 2 smaller cans of coconut milk, a big scoop of salt, and about probably 2 to 3 tablespoons of curry powder. I whisked that together in a bowl, poured it on top of my veggies and fish, and I'm just going to close this for the day. I actually have some leftover rice from a day ago, or 2 days ago rather, so I don't even have to make rice. This should be ready to go on high in about 4 hours, and it'll be good. Probably less than that. I totally forgot to film the end of this, or I erased it accidentally, but this meal turned out okay. It is much better with tilapia or chicken. I make it also with tilapia or chicken, but the cod was very fishy. But otherwise, I couldn't tell a little bit of freezer burn, so it's an easy go-to meal. Okay, what's for dinner tonight? I just found a recipe and I'm trying it out. We're gonna make spaghetti and realized Micah cooked Alfredo last night and I forgot to show you. So it was chicken Alfredo. It was good, but way too close to spaghetti. So I found this recipe. I will link it for you. I'll let you know if it turns out good. And I added a bunch of cumin in here. Just some, not tons, and chili powder, and quite a bit of, I can't remember, what else did I use? Why can I not remember? Oh, Creole seasoning, that's why. Nope, that's not chilies. Creole seasoning, which I've had for quite a while. I need to get a new one. Nope, that's salmon. They're trying to find my cans for me. But yes, we're just browning the meat with the spices. There was supposed to be chopped onion in there, but I didn't find the recipe till I was already browning the meat and didn't have time to chop the onion. It'll be fine with that, I'm sure. If it's a keeper, I'll add onion next time. I am doubling this recipe, so I did 3 pounds of meat, and now I'm going to add 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of tomato sauce, 2 cans of these green chilies, and our piano's getting tuned right now. Hopefully my big Dutch oven here fits all of it, because I'm gonna add rice still. And that will expand, so this could be a little dicey. Stirring that together. It calls for 2 cups of rice, and I'm doubling it, so it would be 4 cups, but I'm just going to do 3 because I don't want this exploding. And 3 cups of water. I'm going to start with the chicken broth I have left over and then make up for it with water. I mixed the rice, chicken broth, and water, so 3 cups of liquid, 3 cups of rice, in with a couple teaspoons of salt. And I'm going to cover it and cook it on low for about 20 minutes and then check on it. All right, I gotta go meet someone. So actually, Micah's gonna finish this up for me. Micah is the resident cook, that is for sure. When this is done, if the rice is fluffy in 10 more minutes, because it was 20 minutes total, he's gonna add these 2 cans of drained corn. We have 3 things of salsa in our fridge because we are those people that keep opening them when there's old salsa in there, even though they were all together. So he's gonna finish off a couple of these. I did not give him measurements, he'll just add it as needed. And then nacho cheese sauce. It calls for salsa con queso, but we just have queso and salsa. And if I didn't have this left over from a graduation party, I would not be buying it for this meal. I would just put in some of our raw shredded cheese. Then it calls for shredded cheese on top as well. So I'm leaving that up to Micah, whether he wants to add that. We'll show you a clip at the end. Okay, verdict's in. The flavor is very good. We burned it on the bottom. It tastes great. We decided not to add the cheese on top, and we added cilantro instead, a whole bushel of it, or whatever you call it, the little bundle. I cut almost all of it, even some of the stems in there, and it tastes really good. Actually, we would definitely have this again, and it's a nice full pot. Another day, another dinner. I am really on a simple kick right now. I am not into cooking big fancy meals. So if that's you, you're gonna like these meals because that's all you're getting. Fast, easy, tasty. Always tasty. I'm about to work on one now that sounds so good to me, but I partnered with Wild for this video, and I wanted to tell you about them. I have been searching for a long time for aluminum-free deodorant that actually works for me. I am a sweater, not a winter sweater. I sweat in the winter too. I found Wild, and I really, really have liked them. Their scents are not overpowering. It's aluminum-free, and it actually works. It works for 24 hours for me, which is really saying something. I do love that their cases are refillable, and there is no plastic at all. This is an aluminum case with my name engraved in it, and I've got a couple of them. This one as well. The refills come, which really cuts down on waste, and they are paper refills, not plastic. I am currently using cherry blossom, but the fresh cotton and sea salt smells wonderful, and the coconut and vanilla also smell great. I wanted to show you just how easy it is to refill. So here's the top that you can open to use. If you take it down to the lowest it can go, it just simply pulls out. You can slide in your refill like this and just put it in. It clicks into place, and then you can twist it up. With no aluminum salts or parabens, all the formulas are also certified vegan. If you want to check out Wild for yourself, you can go to the link in my description box or scan this QR code and use code ourtribeofmany, and you will get 20% off all their products. This deal is just for a really limited time, so be sure to check it out. So for the simple dinner tonight, actually I only have 4 little kids here, and it's crazy. Solo's working. The kids are all at youth. Even Noelle went to a friend's house, and the youth are having a big party. They're eating. So it's actually very few people. I'm using this can of home canned chicken, which is far superior to canned chicken you get in the store. It's very good. A lot less dry, I'll say. And so I'm gonna start with this and make some chicken salad because I have a whole lot of homemade bread. We've not eaten, we made a ton of bread and we haven't eaten much this week. So perfect chicken salad. Let's see what I can figure out to put in here. I got some ideas. I could not find a medium bowl. I found a small bowl and a really large bowl, so we went with large. So this chicken is a quart size. To give you some perspective, I'm using actually a quarter of an onion chopped up. And Destiny is finding me some cilantro. That'll be good. Have you ever had chicken salad like this? I'm not a celery person. That's the classic American. I have 2 of these jars of homemade mayonnaise, so I'm going to just see how much it needs. And then I'm also going to chop up some of this cilantro here. And then we'll taste test it and see what else we can do. Oh, this is good homemade mayo. What? I've gotten good at this. Breaking up those big chunks of chicken, bigger chunks anyway. I have grapes, but I'm not a huge fan of the sweet in there, but maybe the kids will like it if I chop them up a little. I usually use scissors for cilantro, but I have the knife and cutting board right here. Might as well. I am cilantro's biggest fan. That's me. Next is the weird ingredient. Well, salt. That's not weird. Then curry powder. That's weird. And I love it. If you haven't tried chicken salad with curry powder in it, what are you doing with your life? Mmm. That's good. No measuring here. I always get it a bit wrong when I don't measure. I'm not like my husband. I did a little too much salt, but I like it salty. And I added a little more mayonnaise because it's good when it's really creamy. And now to put it on bread. Let me show you a finished product. We'll do grapes on the side. How about that? That's a compromise. Let me tell you guys a fun fact about having 11 children, because if you don't have 11 children, you may not know this. But when you have 11 and you only have 4 of them at home, 4 of them feels like almost none of them. It is a weird phenomenon. So I am going to use my disposable little plate things, which is this parchment paper stuff, in these little bowls. And I'm gonna get some grapes washed. And yes, it may be the youngest 4, but it still feels like almost no children. In fact, I can't remember who was here the other day, and all my big kids went out the door, and someone said, wow, it's only the little ones left, and it's so quiet. And they're like, maybe the noise and the mess are the big kids. The big kids, though, they help clean up the noise and the mess really well, but they do also create it sometimes. I had to agree. I'm living on the edge, cutting that with that knife in my hand, I know. I like to live on the edge sometimes. Dinner is served. So easy, took 10 minutes, didn't heat up anything, and I have almost no mess to clean up here. Very minimal.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Up. Up. Up.
I like the grapes the most though.
Oh yeah, that figures. Guys, I want to know what your favorite food is. It's really random, like not a full meal. I think my favorite very random ingredient food is pico de gallo. In Kenya, they call it kachumbari, but it's basically tomato, onion, red onion usually, lime juice, cilantro, salt. What else is in pico de gallo? I love it. I love it. I have a friend from Guatemala who makes it all the time and brings it over. And actually my brother-in-law Sam brings it over too sometimes. They both make it so well. And one calls it pico de gallo and one calls it kachumbari, but same thing. I love it so much, that fresh stuff. When I make it, it doesn't taste quite as amazing as when other people make it. I don't know. But I do love it. I put it on eggs. I put it on everything I can find. I'll eat it with a spoon. I just eat it. What's your favorite random ingredient? Ketchup?
No way. I thought you loved mustard. Mustard and ketchup.
Mustard and ketchup. We have a friend. She's gone on to heaven now, but she would put ketchup on her lasagna. What's left over will actually be even better tomorrow as lunch, or I'd even eat that for breakfast, honestly. Today for dinner, I am making an egg casserole. I've made this many times, but I just happen to have a lot of eggs. We had so many that Eli took some to sell, and we just have some water glass ones, honestly, that need to be used up. And this is my favorite way to use up a lot of eggs. My kids absolutely love this meal. The other day, I guess not the other day, like 2 months ago, on my channel, I made some quiche with a crust that I grew up with. My mom used to make the recipe, and I absolutely love it. And my kids did not. They're like, we like the crustless one that you usually make. Kids just like what they normally have, I guess. because the other one is much better, I think. Well, actually this one is really good. It's lower carb too, if you're into that, but it's just a crustless quiche. Pretty easy to make. Always a big hit with my family, especially with hot sauce on top. So we're gonna make some up right now and use up these water glassed eggs. They were from last year. I'll start water glassing eggs again in July and August maybe, because I like them to be less than a year old. And we should still be getting plenty of eggs. We've lost a few hens this spring, maybe 4 or 5, I think, to raccoons, because the dogs have gotten some raccoons recently and the hens stopped dying, so that's good. But we were getting low on eggs, and then for a while our ducks stopped laying in their coop or in their yard area, and then the dogs were eating the eggs, I think, or those raccoons as well. And that was a pain. So we were getting very few eggs for just a little bit there. Then Eli started closing the duck door at night and not opening it till later morning. He did that like 4 nights in a row, and it retrained them sort of to lay in the coop. A few still lay in the yard now that he's not locking them up at night, but most of them are laying in the coop. So we're getting a bunch of duck eggs again, which is good. We have a whole lot of chickens that'll be laying next year, but until then we have the layers that we have. And I just washed these water glass eggs I'm taking them out of the lime stuff. I put eggs in with the bloom still on them, so unwashed. And these are they've been in here 9 months, I think. And they're perfectly good. The only thing different about them is if you're making a fried egg, the yolks tend to fall apart when you crack them. But I've noticed if I keep these jars in the fridge, about half of them won't fall apart. So I can't quite guarantee that they'll all be good, but putting them in the fridge first does help. These have not been in the fridge, but it doesn't matter. I don't need the yolks intact because I'm going to scramble them up anyway. So I'm just gonna wash all of the ones I need here. Good way to use up. We do have fresh eggs, but we'll save those because we do a lot of fried eggs in this house. And we'll just use these for the egg casserole. The reason we water glass eggs is because chickens tend to not lay quite as well in the winter. Our ducks actually do pretty good. Now that we know the trick of closing their door at night when we're not seeing eggs again, I think we'll do really good this winter with that really well. Last year, I water glassed just any eggs that would come in that were already clean, didn't have shavings or poop or anything or dirt on them, and I would just stick them in with a lime solution. And it worked really well. We never bought eggs at all this winter. Loved that for sure. So I won't do quite as many this year. And I also learned about halfway through the winter that it's more likely to have a cracked egg when I use the gallon jar. So I'll do them in half-gallon jars, which is what I switched to at some point last year. So yeah, we'll water glass some to get through the winter and rely on our ducks who do better laying all year round. Not perfect, not like spring and summer, but they do a little better. Chickens need light to lay eggs, and when there's very little light in the day, they just don't do much. So again, these were unrefrigerated. That's the first one. That's what the yolks look like. And I can solidify them better in the fridge. Great preservation method. And I need both hands, apparently. I'm not that good. Starting with 8 eggs here, and I'm gonna do another 8 in this bowl. And by the way, I water glassed chicken and duck eggs together, and that seemed to work just great. No problems with that. Next is 1 cup of mayonnaise in each bowl. And you can half this recipe and put it in a pie pan, by the way. I finally got the perfect recipe. I make my own mayonnaise for thick mayonnaise every time. So I have a video of that. It's no fail mayonnaise. If you want to try your own, but look at that. It's so thick I can't even do it with my left hand. I'm not left-handed. I didn't have quite a cup for each, but it was close, and it'll be fine because it's nice and thick for the texture, and it's got a nice strong flavor. It tastes really good. If you want to hear something really crazy, that mayonnaise is 3 weeks old tomorrow when I homemade it. And we usually go through it a lot faster, which is why I had made so much, but we didn't for some reason. 3 weeks old tomorrow, and it was still very good. And it's because I put whey in it, which I did show you in that video. But that whey just makes it last forever. Otherwise, you would not want it to go, I think, past a week or a week and a half in your fridge. So pretty cool. Next is a cup of milk in each one. This is a great recipe for us because we always have eggs and milk here. Well, and actually, we usually have homemade mayonnaise too. Next up, whisking these first 3 ingredients together. A cup of shredded cheese. I don't measure this part, I just do a couple, 1.5 good sized handfuls there. I'm just gonna finish off this cheese. Lots of cheese makes it great. Finally, I'm gonna throw in about a teaspoon of salt into each one, and I will do a bag of spinach. Sometimes I do kale or whatever I have, but I always have frozen greens in my freezer, so I'll do a bag in each one. I'm just gonna run this frozen stuff. This one's frozen flat and this one's in crumbles, but I'll put it in a colander and run some water in it. After the water, I just squeeze it out as good as I can. It doesn't look like much, and then I just crumble it into the bowl. I used to have to make 4 casserole dishes of this. We would always have some leftovers, and this is the best breakfast leftover in pieces. You just cut off a piece and heat it up. Oh, so good. But these days, I'm just making 2. I got each of them in a casserole dish, a 9 by 13. I'm gonna cover them with foil and bake at 400 for about 50 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, or 60 minutes, I guess, but the last 10 minutes, I'll take the foil off. Final product, I already took a piece. I could eat half of this by myself, which is probably why I should have made 4. But I won't. It's so good though. What's for dinner tonight? Tori made spaghetti. Tori actually does so good with spaghetti. My dad was here for a second and tried to bite. He's like, wow, that's very good. She makes her own seasonings with tomato sauce, canned tomato sauce. Tori's 14. Yeah, she made some noodles. We'll probably combine this. We made a big batch. If we have leftovers, we will bake it the next day or it'll get eaten. Leftover spaghetti always gets eaten in this house. We just combine the leftover noodles and sauce together for sure in the fridge. And yeah, real popular around here. So spaghetti. What's for dinner tonight?
Okay.
All right, my parents are in town tonight and we've got dinner.
Yep.
Solo cooked. And Tori. Let me show you what we have. Well, if I can find the line. Tori made buns that are very good. They're fresh out of the oven. Then Solo smoked all this meat. It's what did you smoke?
This is actually some roast and some odd pieces of meat. Like they are like bony
soup bones.
Soup bones, but when
What's this?
Sarah,
It
what's
looks
this
good and it
stuff?
tastes good. That's homemade mayonnaise.
Or you don't think
So we've got some barbecue sauce, horseradish, mayonnaise. We have some cheese, lettuce, tomato, and some chips. Easy dinner,
Yes, it is.
especially when someone else cooks. We got the lineup
Yeah, it
here.
was a team effort.
Yes, it was a team effort. We got some more buns for later. Oh, we've been making a lot of buns instead of sandwich loaves because it's less messy, it's less crumbly. For sandwiches, and then we can do hamburgers. We even cut them in half and toast them. Same recipe I use for my sandwich bread, but we've been doing a lot of buns lately.
I'm bad at cooking.
Micah didn't use bread.
Jerry got a good one.
Oh yeah, let me see his.
Yeah.
That looks
The
good.
sandwich.
Okay, what's for dinner tonight? This one is interesting.
It's lamb curry, but It's bony in a lot of it. It's because of the pieces I have.
Lamb curry. He cooked lamb in a pressure cooker. We have lamb. We got some lamb from a friend. Lamb and goat meat. Kenyans love lamb and goat. Are you so excited about this meal?
Hopefully, it turns out the way I thought.
It looks good. Putting all those lamb chunks in there. I usually don't love the smell of lamb, but it smells good today.
The curry takes on the curry a little bit, so.
We've noticed when we buy lamb too from someone local, it tastes much better, right?
Yeah, they raised it here.
There's a lot of curry powder, coconut milks, coconut oil.
This is gonna taste.
Coriander, turmeric.
There it
Dad's
is.
place.
It's looking so good. Yum. Thanks for cooking.
Yeah, you bet.
And me.
And you.
I just mixed it.
You know how to make those?
Dad,
Get it either way. You can put it over. Can you pick up all the balls?
Looks good, guys. We've made it to the last night of what's for dinner tonight, and I'm not cooking.
Well, if you're not cooking, you're not eating. How's that?
My dad's here. He's cooking with the kids. What are you guys making?
We're making a taco pie.
Taco pie. So I'll show you the end result, but if you want to see the real fun, you got to go over to his channel. Check it out. I'm cutting some cantaloupe, and he and the kids are cooking up a storm.
I want to congratulate you. I have never been to this house where the knives have been so sharp. This
Oh,
is
wow.
wonderful.
I don't know what we did.
It's
They
wonderful.
stayed sharp since you sharpened them last.
You did sharpen.
You sharpened them last.
The left me.
I sharpen them every time I use it.
Oh, do you?
Oh, that's what happened.
Wow,
Micah.
they're wonderful.
This is my camera, by the way, if you're wondering. She has the same one.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Show me the backside.
She has the same one.
I was first.
It's nice. Yeah. But they got it in, and Uncle Howard and Sharon are here
Show me
too.
the backside.
Yeah.
There you go.
They got it in Japan, or mine. Yours too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Oh, she's picking her nose.
Oh no.
Oh, gotta go wash your hands quick.
Better go wash
When you're
your
cooking
hands.
dinner, you pick your nose.
He was picking his nose too, so we're trying to keep
All right,
his hands
keep
out.
washing your hands. Dinner. Aren't you glad you're not invited for what's for dinner
I
tonight?
may be ordering Uber Eats. I wonder if they deliver out
These
here.
guys they're willing to risk their life over here.
I can't remember. Noelle, I need more toothpaste.
Okay, this is a piece of the finished product that was taken bites of. You gotta check this one out. It smells so good. I haven't tasted it yet. I need to. Papa's taco pie. It looks
It doesn't
really
look like
good.
a pie. It looks more like casserole.
It smells really good. They're all lined up here. Excited for a piece.
It's like little birds, you know what I mean?
I know. For real. Okay, let me just try a piece and tell you guys if it's good. Anything that I don't cook is always good. I took a big bite.
Go eat at the table. Hey, are we all eating together?
Yeah, the table.
So don't eat until we're all together.
It's really good. I'll make that one again.
I want